So welcome back everyone. This is gonna be a video you guys haven't had in a while, because most of my videos have been racing videos, but as you probably could tell by the last title of the last video, was actually the last race that we had this year. So yeah, it's now November the 1st, 2020. So the flying season is over. We will be preparing the birds for breeding season 2021, which takes place in 2020, but yeah, we call it 2021 because it's gonna be for the young birds of 2021. So yeah, so let's do a little overview. I'm now in the feed area. As you guys know, those are the electric trapping system setups. Let me just close the door because it's quite windy out. So yeah, these are all our supplements. So I just turned the light on, doesn't help too much, but yeah. So this is kind of the open aviary of the breeding loft. I don't know what my dad did here, but as you can tell, there are a lot of birds in here. I think most of these birds are going to be going. Well, I'm sure that one isn't. The red bar there. It wants to focus, yeah. So yeah, what I did say in the community tab of the channel is that a lot of our breeding birds will be going, as we're gonna be changing things up. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Looks like a lot of birds are actually gone from this loft. Not quite sure why, I haven't been in here in a while. But yeah, let's talk about some things while I sit down here. Let me just open up the window for a little bit more light, because this is a really dark loft. There we go. So there was some confusion in my last community tab post. So I was saying we were gonna breed 3 rounds instead of 2, which we usually do. We usually breed 2 big rounds with a lot of breeders, but now we're gonna take things on differently. We're gonna breed 3 rounds with only the quality birds we know that will perform, and do a little bit less testing of birds. We will be having around the same young birds, maybe a little bit less than usual, but yeah, we're trying to narrow things down a bit with the quality of the birds. So yeah, that's what's going on. And I did say, some of you guys were concerned that I was going to, get rid of a lot of the established birds of my grandfather's old strain. Like that one's a great example. It's going to be 14 years old now. But yeah, we're not getting rid of these. One really important bird that we are going to be getting rid of was the grizzle. And there was some miscommunication there as well. A lot of people thought I was going to get rid of that grizzle right there, which is my favorite one. Yeah, we're not. That's the 2014 grizzle. Really good birds, flew really well for us. We're not going to get rid of him, because he's my favorite and was my grandfather's favorite. So yeah, and that's the 2-time ace bird in the back right there. We're not going to get rid of him either. We are gonna get rid of that guy. Not sure who that is actually. Oh no, I'm sure. That's actually a bird we got off one of our friends in the club. So yeah, as you can see, he's still molting a lot. That's why he doesn't look like anything really. So yeah, that's what's been going on here. So I think what my dad did is he put all the birds that we are sure of we're gonna keep in here. So yeah, I think that's what he did. So, and when we go to this loft, usually all the hens are in here, but as you can tell, every single bird has been removed. So yeah, when we start breeding season, we usually open up these so that we have one big loft so they can choose a nest, but I don't think we're gonna do that this year, as we're gonna have less birds. I believe we're only gonna have around 9 or 10 couples breeding lovebirds, that is. We will have some yearlings. But yeah, I'm looking for that one bird that everyone was confusing for the old grizzle. Can't really see him at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all the birds that are going to be going. Some are still going to get sold, like some of the Ace Pigeon strain. I don't know if you guys can hear me well because the birds are flying all over the place for some reason. But yeah, I was looking for a dark grizzle, but that's something like that, but not quite, because that's a hen. That's a 2016 hen. So I'm not quite sure where my dad has put him. Let me just go and look around in the other loft, if we don't get blown around by the wind. So we're at the top loft now, obviously. Really not sure what my dad did here, but it looks like the young bird, the grizzle young bird from last year is in here. So I'm guessing these are gonna be all the birds that we're gonna keep from last year as well. And obviously those are all cock birds. Let me just turn the light on. So yeah, I think, because obviously all you guys know that that guy's a young bird. I don't know if you can tell, but if he wants to move, which he won't, but yeah. The guys with a white ring, as you can tell, like that guy, those are all young birds, 2020 pigeons. So I'm guessing what my dad did here is he put all the cock birds from this year, 2020 that is, and 2019 in here, which we're gonna be racing next year. With other words, the guys that made it, that performed well enough for us to keep them. And by the looks of it, there's also three birds actually from 2018. Yeah, that guy in the back right there, that blue bar is 2018, and then that guy as well, it's also 2018. And then this guy in front, I don't know why he kept him. He hasn't flown in 2019 at all because he got hurt. We kept him in the breeding loft because he was a really good young bird, but yeah, he hasn't proven anything since, partly because he got hurt, but yeah. So these are gonna be all the cockbirds we're gonna be racing next year. That's gonna be obviously yearlings and old birds together. We have 12 boxes here, which these guys all gonna be needing a hen as well. So that's probably where they're at right now. Still need to pair them up with some hens. Yeah, and if any of you guys were wondering what our best young bird was last year, that's gonna be, this year I mean, that's gonna be him. That's 6'11". Yeah, by far the best young bird. And actually his father is on this loft as well. That's his father, looking like a, yeah, not looking too well because he's obviously molting. So yeah, that's what's going on here. We got 3 old birds, well 2018 birds I should say. And 2, yeah, so we got 3 2018 birds, 2 2019 birds, and then the rest are gonna be 2020, which makes 3, 2 and 7, which completes the 12 boxes. But obviously all these guys still need to be paired up with hens, which the hens are all in the main aviary that I showed. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got cut off. But yeah, so these guys are gonna be all hens. I just thought of it because there's literally not a single cockbird in this loft. So these guys are all hens. We are gonna be picking hens from this loft to pair up with the guys in the breeding loft right next to this. But those guys are going to be mostly set. So we are also gonna be picking some hens out of this loft to pair up with the cockbirds in the top loft. So meaning some hens in this loft are gonna be racing as well, but most aren't. And also still a lot of these need to be gone as well. So yeah, about 12 of these are gonna be paired up top. Maybe a little less because over there are still birds as well, which we might pick some from as well. So yeah, let's go take a look. In the racing loft, which has been turned really dirty. So yeah, birds you're gonna see in here are most likely birds that will have to leave. Yeah, there's all kinds of birds in here. Also some from the 2020 youngsters, which we raise from, meaning the nests that we use to raise the 2020 birds on. So you're gonna see a lot of birds without a ring, which these will also have to be going. Let me just turn some lights on. Is it just me, or every time I film in these lofts when the sun is not out, the lighting is just so terrible, even though there are big windows filled with dust, of course, because the pigeons create a lot of dust. So yeah, as far as I can see, these are all the birds that will be going. So I was searching for the old, yeah, there he is right there. So that was a bird a lot of people were confusing as well. So I'm guessing my dad put all the birds that will have to go 100% in this loft, which that old guy is one. That's actually a 2012 bird, I believe, yeah, because he's got the red ring. That's actually the father of the 2014 Grizzle, my favorite one. That's his father. So you're saying, why get rid of a bird that bred a really good bird? Well, he hasn't bred anything since 2014, I believe, so that's the reason. And in 2014 we had a really good hen paired up to him, but that hen passed away not too long ago. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right before we started. Or right as we started, I should say. But yeah, that's probably the best bird we're gonna get rid of. It's a shame he has to go, but yeah, that's just the way it is in pigeon racing. You gotta make some hard decisions, which this is gonna be one of. As I said in one of the community tab posts, even if you guys lived near me, that would be a really good bird to add to one of your lofts, breeding lofts. But yeah, I don't have a lot of viewers from Belgium or Holland. Most of you guys are from the UK or Australia or the United States. So yeah, if any of you guys are interested in that grizzle and live near me, I would even drive it to you. It's that good of a bird. So yeah, that's a small call for anyone who lives near. Let's go out again. Nope, let's turn all the lights off first before I forget. So these are our leftover rings from 2020 and 2019. These are rings from 2007 even. 2005 is this one. It wants to work with me now. (2009), more 2007, and some other ones. Looks like my grandfather bought a few too many in 2011. So yeah, I was searching for the papers we got of the birds, so I could show you guys what they performed and why we chose them to keep them over any other birds. But yeah, the papers aren't here. They're actually at my home, so I might add a clip if this video isn't so long already. I also might not make it another separate video. I have a feeling that this camera films way better up close than it does far. So let's get some up close shots of that guy. Yeah, so the bird I just told you, the other grizzle, that's gonna be his father. Not he himself, we will never get rid of him. So yeah, I hope this video cleared some things up. I will make another video on the entire process of breeding, how our breeding works, how we're gonna pair up the pigeons, what pigeons have performed well on what distant race, and how we pair them up. So yeah, hope you guys stay tuned for that video, and see you next time.